Hey guys, how's it going? It's Beginnings here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. Today's video is going to be my very first Wiro game, at least on this channel. I've definitely played Wiro before. When he was released in AoV, everyone was kind of hyped about him just because his Kings of Glory counterpart is kind of really strong. But he was very lackluster in his NA AoV release. Nobody really played him. Was considered very slow, very clunky, but he did just receive some pretty nice little buffs. His A now lasts 2 seconds longer for a total of 5 seconds instead of 3, and that doesn't sound like it would be very impactful, but it actually helps quite a few times this game. I have been having quite a few issues with my internet, as you can see from me walking into the tower there. That really sucked, but it's fine, I guess. I just have to make do. We did soak a minion at level 1, but we did have water stone, so it doesn't really matter. As long as you do not soak on 2 minions and you share the 1 minion with the water stone, your mid laner will hit level 2. I'd say one of Wiro's biggest downfalls is his early game is pretty bad, especially against ranged heroes, but that is kind of negated due to the fact that we are against a Zill and a Lumber mid. My Nakaroth did go buff to buff, which means that he's ending up on bot side. That's going to be a pretty nice little first blood for us. We know that the enemy Rourke started red because we scouted him out in the enemy jungle. That means he's going to be ending up on bot side. He did not hit level 4, which means he skipped a camp. I'm assuming it is the top camp that we have not had vision of yet. Rourke is in the river right now. We see that he's rotating up. Tulin is playing pretty aggressive. I want to go towards the top side because I know Rourke is coming. We find the Rourke. I push him back into the tower, but he just pops his ultimate. We definitely kind of killed our Tulin there. We get the 3-man knockup. We flicker out, but there's nothing really that comes of it just because Tulin was already dead. And yeah. Our Zuka got solo killed up top by Yenna, but that's kind of to be expected. Yenna definitely beats the Zuka. So I guess I'll go over Wiro's kit a little bit just because he's not a very common hero. It's probably pretty late in the video to do so, but that's fine. So your S1 enhances your next 3 auto attacks. The third one will be a knockup of 0.75 seconds and an AoE. It also has a little bit longer range. Your second ability is a dash. It's pretty slow. It's like Thane push, but imagine like 2 times slower basically. But it has the added effect that if you hit anyone into a wall, they are stunned. It also has a bad side effect that if you hit a wall, then you are also stunned for a split second, and it interrupts the casting of your S2. So you cannot dash through walls. And your ultimate, which is kind of like Wiro's bread and butter, is you charge it, and the longer you charge it, the wider the AoE of your knockup is. All enemies within the AoE are knocked up, and they take damage when they blast off and when they land. We get a nice little knockup onto the Zill here. We knock him into the wall. He gets CC chained for a long time, but the Zuko was hesitating too much. We do not get the kill into the Zill. The Rook pops his ultimate. He's going for the kill on the Hayate, but he cannot do enough damage. We push the Yenna back, and we do die, but our passive is just popped, so we are fine. We cannot chase, so we're just going to go for this Yenna. We wait for her knockup to be over. We get the nice knockup onto her. We push her into the wall. She does pop her death sickle, but she dies anyways. Yeah, we managed to get quite a few kills there. That was a pretty good fight. We found the pick onto the Zill, and he was immediately taken out of the fight. And then we just turned onto whoever was killing our squishies, which happened to be Rourke and Yenna. I do believe that they both died as well. So that was a great fight for us. It's currently 7-3. We only have 3 kill participation, but a lot of the kills that are on the scoreboard right now for our team are solo kills. So that's definitely contributing to our low kill participation count. The Hayate solo kills the Violet, speaking of solo kills, and that is great for him. I start rotating up top just in case they try to pressure the top tower. I know Zuka would have a little bit of trouble with defending that one. After I see that they're not pressuring the lane, I immediately stop my rotation. I see that the Rourke is going for his blue buff. I want to move up here because I know we have quite a bit of pressure with their jungler and their support on their blue buff. My Nakaroth is at our red right now, so I know that we have to be kind of careful. I want to look for a fight here. Zuka really isn't on the same page. I immediately start casting my ultimate. I get the double knock up. I push the zone to the wall. He gets knocked pretty low. The Yenna is about a quarter as well. The Zuka lands his ultimate, and we do secure the kill onto the Yenna. A nice little pick for us. Our Tulin is doing tons of damage. He takes out the Violet. We get knocked up, but we do find the knock up onto the Lumber and secure the kill onto him as well. The Nakaroth jumps over the wall, and the Rourke will be taking him out. The Rourke's ultimate is gone, so I push him into the tower. I want to chase him, but I don't think we have enough damage to kill him, and we potentially, wow, I can speak English, and we potentially could have died. We are taking the small camp because we know Rourke is low. Tulin's S1 hits, so he immediately casts his ultimate and gets the kill into him. We get the knock up on Sienna, and we need to back off. I know I'm fine because I have my passive up, being very aware of that. I'm coming back up. The Tulin died trying to save me, and I appreciate that a ton. Our ultimate gets interrupted by the Lumber knockup. That was really unfortunate. We need to be backing up right about now. Yeah, that would have been cool if the Tulin lived and we managed to turn that 2v2, but unfortunately it just was not there. The Lumber, we managed to fake him out a little bit. He didn't know we were recalling in the bush. He saw us though. Anyways, now that we've made our way back, I just want to look at the map to see where my jungler is. We do have a Nakaroth, so he's going to be split pushing quite a bit. That's kind of like Nakaroth's main role when he's not like super snowballed, is he just split pushes and then collapses. Our Hayate managed to take the dragon. I see that the enemy's blue buff is up, and I know that Rourke is on top side, so I definitely want to do this buff, especially since our Nakaroth has already died. Tulin is on his way. Hayate does not agree with this call, though. He wants to go back to our jungle. Now is definitely a time in which we should be backing off. We know we're not going to be getting this blue buff, or if we are, we're going to die for it. I push the enemies away to save the Tulin, but I'm definitely going to be dying here. The stun interrupts my ultimate cast, so I just fall. Yeah, that would have been nice if the Hayate would have rotated towards the blue buff. I don't really know what he was doing, but it was also our bad because we should have just backed off as soon as we saw that the Hayate was not rotating towards us. So far, this is basically the best Wiro game I've had in a long time, at least on AoV, and we're feeling pretty good. I want to keep playing this hero. I don't think he's that bad anymore. I feel like he got a few stealth buffs because Tencent and AoV are both very infamous for doing those sorts of things. Zook is pretty low. I see that the Rourke has no mana. The Violet's there as well, but I do want to invade this red buff because, again, Rourke has no mana. My team isn't on the same page, though. The Hayate just wants to continue to farm. We do not get the red buff. He does punish it, so we are kind of forced to back off. The Lumber shows up in mid, which means that we cannot take the mid tower. The Zuka is in the backline. He's looking for a dive. He finds the Rourke. He gets the kill onto the Rourke, but he is going to be dying in return. Nakaroth is going in, but that's a 1v3, but I don't like that idea at all, especially since I don't have my ultimate. Retreating is a great idea. The Violet does a ton of damage now. Like, oh my goodness, her crits hurts. We need to start being more careful. You can see how much damage that Violet was doing to Tulin right there. I really want to defend this mid tower just because I know that there's a cannon left, but I'm way too low and Violet's way too tanky. I ping, be careful, because we know that they're rotating up towards top, but the Nakaroth instead gets solo killed by the Yenna instead. Yeah, that's fine. At least he didn't give the assist to the other 4 people that were collapsing on him. That does give them a pretty nice opportunity to do the Dark Slayer, though. Don't really know why they didn't do it. Maybe their team is like mine and they just don't want to take jungle objectives. We see that the Zill and the Lumber are in our jungle. We look for the knockup. Somehow it does not manage to clip the Lumber, but we do find the Rourke instead. We pop his ultimate. We get the nice knockup onto him. We get knocked up by the Lumber ultimate, but we want this Rourke kill. We're chasing after him. He turns to auto attack us. We get the knockup and we will take him out. We pop our restore because we're pretty low. Our team gets the kill into the Lumber. The Yenna is back alive. We cannot CC her while she's casting in her big sword form. We're just gonna go ahead and run away. We know I have our passive, so I'm kind of just kiting it out, waiting for this Nakaroth. They pop my passive and Nakaroth does heal me, thank goodness. The Yenna dies. We go ahead and push the Violet into the wall and we get the kill onto her as well. Yeah, that was insane. We managed to take out both of their squishy carries. because we're an assassin support, and that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing, I guess. And the Violet is having a pretty tough time taking me out. I actually, this game, I think I should have built differently. I think I should have gone Knight's Plate and then Belt of Clarity and then just an armor item, because they're 4/5 physical damage. The only magic damage they have on their team is Zill. So I shouldn't have gone the full like Medallion of Troy. I should have just gotten the Belt of Clarity and gone full AD. I also should have built the armor boots this game, but I was like paranoid about their CC. We're looking for the ultimate, but the Rourke's ult is popped. We do not do enough to break that shield. We're just going to be getting these knockups onto the Lumber. He has nowhere to go without his dashes, so we will be taking him out. We can potentially push down this mid tower, and the Zill is pretty afraid of me, so we do manage to take out the tower. We can potentially look for a Darkslayer if we have side waves pushed out, but I don't know what it is. Ever since the new patch, every game I've had, teams just don't want to push side waves. It's like they're so afraid. I don't understand. Like, I have to like babysit them and help them push the wave, or else they won't push it at all. It's so weird. Anyways, we now have our Medallion of Troy finished. We find a Zill, but he's too far for us to really be doing anything. We do have a wave coming in the bot lane. It should just be me and Nakaroth. The Tulin can definitely be going back. We get the knockup onto the Zill, but we do not get the push into the wall, so we are forced to back off. We could potentially do Dragon, but now is definitely just a good time to back off. The Lumber finds the Tulin in the bush, so I'm just going to go ahead and walk up and make sure that my Tulin can get out of here safely, because boy, that Violet hurts. Hayate does manage to solo kill the Rourke, and that is great for us. We know the Yenna is in the bush. We could have collapsed on her, but it doesn't really happen. I want to look for a knockup onto the Violet, but it doesn't happen because she flickers away, or rather rolls away. The Zuka goes in, but he does not find anything. We time our knockback perfectly with the Zill ultimate, saving the Zuka. The Zuka is alive. I don't know how. We managed to push 3 people away from him and save his life. We are walking up with our team once again. The Zuka finds the Zill, but does not do enough damage to take him out. The Tulin ult does find the Zill kill though, and that was pretty hype. It was like max range basically. We don't have our wave under tower, and we don't have an ADC with us, so pushing down this high ground is very hard. I think we should just back off, especially since the Violet just did like 1,500 damage to us, and you can see me saying she hurts because boy, yes she does. I don't have nearly enough armor, at least not as much as I should have, because they have 2 ADCs plus a Yenna, and yeah, that's a lot of physical damage. I definitely should have gotten armor boots this game. Don't really know why I built Gilded, but don't worry guys, in the build at the beginning of the video, I did include armor boots because that's just what would have been better here. I'm scouting out the Dragon because I know that if they are doing it, it's a really good opportunity for us to engage. The Yenna was actually camping in the mid bush, but and Tulin gets one shot, but we do find the Rourke in return. We get the knockup onto him, we push him into the wall. We start channeling our ultimate, and immediately he gets taken out. We get the kill onto him. We're looking at the Lumber next because we cannot get onto the Violet. I'm just gonna go ahead and dash away. The Nakaroth is looking for the kill onto the Yenna, but she just pops her second ability. We get the double knockup, and Hayate pops his ultimate. He manages to take out the Zill. We push the I don't know who else, but they died. The Violet's going to be the next person to go off, and we're just going to go ahead and push her into the wall and take her out, and that was a pretty nice ace. We found the pick onto the Rourke, we peeled for an ADC, and we won the game. Wow, that's crazy, right? That's like almost exactly what a support should do. The only person that's going to be up relatively soon is the Rourke, and all we're going to do here is make sure that we get him to pop his ult as soon as possible, and we're also going to be trying to body block for Hayate because we know that he is definitely going to be trying to kill him. See, we're just doing the body blocking things, and the game ends there. Yeah, this game was super fun, super hype. I've never had a Wiro game like this before. It felt nice. I'll try to mess around with him a little bit more, see how good he feels, or if this was a fluke. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you do enjoy this type of content, guys. I will be seeing you guys next time. See you.